Now, with the way the economy is looking, we can all stand to cut back on expenses. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing 5 expenses that you can cut this year that nobody else is talking about, but could literally save you thousands of dollars. And at the end of the video, I'm going to share exactly how you can leverage your savings to make more money. So let's hop in. Now, cutting this first expense will save you as much as $2,000 this year. And that expense is fast fashion. Now, I get it. Amazon, Shein, Fashion Nova have a lot of us in a chokehold, but the money that you think you're saving, you're actually losing. So the $5 to $20 outfits that has you running to buy are outfits that you're going to have to soon replace because they are not good quality. So instead of spending $100 a month in fast fashion, use that money to invest in quality pieces that you can use to build a wardrobe that will last for years. So the first expense we're cutting this year is fast fashion. Now, this next expense we have been marketed to believe that we need, but we actually don't. So we're going to cut it out this year, and that is cell phone upgrades. Now, whether you're team Apple or Android, it doesn't matter because they're both trying to convince you that you need these new $1,000 plus phones. And what's even worse is that they get you to finance it over years, so you don't even know how expensive it is. But this year, we're not falling for that. If your phone still works, keep it. You do not need to trade it in. You do not need to upgrade to a new $1,000 plus phone. Speaking of technology, you're going to be able to save hundreds of dollars by cutting this next expense, and that is unused streaming services. We all have them. At this point, to be honest, why did we even complain about cable? The cable company is getting bamboozled right now. So listen, most families have 3 to 4 or even more streaming services, and it feels like they're adding new ones every single month. Here's the thing, you probably don't watch all of them. You don't use all of them. So figure out which one you use the most and cut the rest. And I'm sorry to my sports fans out there where they have games on 8 different streaming services. I'm sorry. Figure out a way that's going to work for you where you're going to be able to capture the majority of it. But at the end of the day, we don't need all these streaming services, just like we didn't need all the channels on cable. So save yourself a couple $100s and cut these streaming services and subscriptions that you do not use. And by the way, if you're new here, I'm Fo. I'm the creator of Mama and Money. I'm a certified financial educator and author of the book Dump Debt and Build Bank, which you can grab by scanning the QR code or commenting book below. Now, cutting this next expense goes hand in hand with cutting the fast fashion, and that expense is going to be your social media shopping. I know you may not be the person who buys off of TikTok Shop, but you probably are the person who buys off an Instagram ad or a Facebook ad. And by you, I'm talking about me. Listen, they get us all, the advertising, the marketing to buy these products that we actually don't need. In fact, I'll be quite honest with you guys. I literally just spent $100 on some items that I did not need because of an ad. So we're going to cut that out this year, and we're going to stop being led to buy impulsively through social media. Here's the other thing about social media. Social media has this way of making us think that we have to keep up with the Joneses. We have to get this new item. And it doesn't help that our favorite influencer is pushing some item that they love for us to buy. You do not need it. So one of the major expenses that you're going to cut, in addition to that fast fashion, is the social media shopping. In fact, do yourself a bigger favor and just get off social media. Give yourself a mental break. You know, we want to get rid of all the mental comparison and the anxiety and the stress that comes from social media. So while we're cutting out the shopping, just cut out the apps altogether. Not only are you protecting your wallet, but you're protecting your mental health by doing so. Now, this next expense is literally one that can save you so much money. And we buy it just so haphazardly. We don't think about it, but it adds up over time. And that expense is going to be beauty products and household products that we buy. I am not the only one who has like a cabinet full of candles that I don't burn and bottles full of beauty products, hair products that I no longer use or have not used in forever underneath my sink. If that's you, just go ahead and raise your hand and type me in the comments below, because I know I cannot be the only one. Listen, we're gonna stop going to Bath and Body Works, buying up all the scents and the candles and the lotions, because at the end of the day, quite honestly, the parabens are not really good for us to begin with. So if we wanna cut out some unnecessary expenses, it's gonna start with those products that you got in your cabinet and underneath your sink. Cut the beauty products that you don't need. And I I know the latest influencer has shown you this product that's going to work wonders on your hair, or this scent that just smells so heavenly, or this candle that has such a great aroma. Don't fall for it. You do not need any more beauty products. You don't need any more smell goods or scents for your home. And you just don't need the parabens either. So if you want to save literally hundreds of dollars on items that you don't use and expenses, cut out these unnecessary beauty products and these smell goods and other things for your home. You don't need them. Now let's talk about what you're going to do with this money now that you've cut these expenses and you're saving literally thousands of dollars this year. So instead of just letting the money sit around or using it to buy something else that you don't need, we are going to put this money into investments. You're going to use the money that you save to begin investing. And here's the beautiful thing about this. As you are cutting those expenses and saving, you can now put money away for your future. So the $100 or a couple of $1,000s that you save per month is money that you can put into something like an index fund that will allow you to grow that money over time. And before you know it, the expenses that you were losing out on is now money that's making you money. So now you're able to build wealth just by saving a few $100s a month and a couple of $1,000s a year. So if you want to be able to not only save money, but to make money, you need to cut these expenses and begin putting this money into investments. So hopefully this video was helpful. If it was, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to share this with someone else who could use it. And since you're here, you probably want to check out my next video where I share 7 ways to drastically cut your expenses. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.